There are some big differences between teaching ELLs in elementary school and teaching ELLs in middle school. In elementary school, the gap is much smaller when the English language learners come in. If they come in as a first grader, second grader, third grader, there are still first graders who don't know how to read. So having a new student who comes in who doesn't know how to read isn't as shocking or isn't as tough for the other students to realize. They're able to be mainstreamed much of the day. When I taught newcomers in the elementary level, I had a half-hour pull-out with them at the end of the day. But for the rest of the time, they were in the classroom the entire time with scaffolded instruction, but they were in the classroom and learning from their peers, their native English-speaking peers. When you get to middle school, the gap is huge. If you come in at 12 years old and you've never been to school before, the difference between you and a normal 7th grader is very big, and it's hard for our newcomer English language learners to be mainstreamed. When our newcomers come in, they're with us for 5 out of 6 periods of the day. Another thing once you get with adolescents is you just need to know that they're hormone raging kids, and there's going to be the drama, and there's going to be the boy-girl things and the girl-girl fights and those things, but you need to just know that that's the way middle schoolers are, and love them a little bit more because of it, and try to look too that what you're doing doesn't set them apart too much from their peers. Because you know, adolescents really want to just fit in with their peers, and so it's really important that you tell the students you're working on the same standards as the other 7th and 8th graders in the school. All the 7th and 8th graders in the state of Minnesota are working on this. We're just doing it in a little bit of a different way. So it's important to help work with some of that socialization more in middle school than you need to do in elementary. It is really important for all students, but especially for English language learners, to have fun while they are learning. When students laugh, when they're happy, when they smile, dopamine is released in the brain. And dopamine is a pleasure chemical in the brain. And when you are happy, the dopamine helps you remember it better. So things that you learn when you're happy are things that you'll remember much longer. Well, also things that when you're very anxious, when you have anxiety, when you're nervous or scared about something, that's what you remember. You don't remember what you learned. All of us have had experiences where we've been nervous or scared or maybe really sad, or in junior high you have a fight with your best friend and you feel like your world's going to end. If something like that happens, that's what you remember. You don't remember the things you learned. So it's really important to make learning fun, to make it enjoyable, and it also lowers that affective filter. It helps reduce the anxiety. If students are having fun, they learn without even knowing that they're learning. And it makes students much more apt to take risks and to use their English in more context.